On this week's breaking news, LEGO surprises us with a bunch of LEGO ideas selections, Animal Crossing is getting some LEGO items, and Black Friday looks to have a secret set coming. All that and much more on this week's breaking news. All right, everyone, I just want to say no ad for today. This is all about celebrating Halloween, so go enjoy trick-or-treating, getting a bunch of candy, and getting scared by watching a scary movie. I always watch Halloween on Halloween because, well, classic, of course. So enjoy your Halloween and trick-or-treat.
Lego.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow AFOLs about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO's been up to for the past week. Thank you all for tuning into this week's podcast. Make sure to subscribe so that you keep up to date on all the latest LEGO news. It'll be a fun event for you just to catch up on what's been happening. And let me tell you, a lot has been happening this week. And not only in the LEGO community, but also for my personal life, which we'll get to in a second. But first, I want to thank my patrons over at Patreon who have been such supporters of the brand. They are part of the LEGO Stud Network and get the podcast ad-free, as well as some of my LEGO sets that I've designed for instruction-based. And there's some other ones coming because I've been working really hard on doing some of my builds here. But for my personal life, my wife and I actually just put in an offer on a house and were accepted. So now we're going through the whole process of getting the inspection done and figuring out what we're going to do, finances, the whole thing. But it's crazy to think we're going to be owning another home. And it's kind of funny to think about that this podcast has kind of been a time capsule and documentary of what has been happening in our life as I do these fun little sections on my admin and internal life. So I will keep you updated on the journey as we continue to expand into a new home. And of course, at the end of the news, we will be talking about our set reviews. Our set review for today is 21361, the Gremlins Gizmo, and our Brickable build is the Halloween Trick or Treat by Carbohydrates. So I'm excited to talk about those. So let's get into this week's first breaking news story. Minecraft sets for 2025 have officially been revealed at the MCM Comic-Con in London. Our first one is Steve's Tigra Adventure. It's 79 pieces and $10, and it has a little fox, the TNT, a little rabbit, and a creeper, and of course Steve. And then the Nether and End portal journey. So you have a little portal with a Nether creature, as well as it looks like a platform you have to walk across the lava. Chicken farm, so another large scale chicken figure with some little chickens is 233 pieces and $20. The Pale Garden at 243 pieces at $20, and it has one of those large rock monsters and a flying creeper, I guess, and a skeleton with some diamond armor on. The Zombie Dungeon is 284 pieces at $30, and it's nice because it's not just the upper level, but you have the dungeon or the stone section underground. The Fox at 497 pieces at $40, so it's just a large-scale fox that you would find as a creature in Minecraft, so that's an interesting animal. And then the Mini Biomes, which is 797 pieces at $60, so that's a pretty good price, and it is a 12-plus set where they have each of the little biomes, so an underwater section, a grass section, a desert section, waterfall, really cool. I love, and they even have like a sunset background to it. I would definitely get this even myself because it's a nice little depiction of what Minecraft is all about, just those little biomes. There's a new LEGO idea set in town, set 21363, the Goonies. Now, the Goonies went through a decision process from a LEGO contest. That's why we have Gizmo. It's part of the 80s nostalgia. And it will be available on November 1st. It's 2,912 pieces and come at a cost of $330. It comes with a total of 12 minifigures with some fun new molds to them. We've got Mouth, Mickey, Data, Chunk, Andy, Steph, Francis, Fratelli, Jake Fratelli, Mama Fratelli, Sloth, Brand, and One-Eyed Willie. And the ship itself has some detail of like what the pirate ship looked like on its side, but the real reason to have it is you turn it around, it's got all different scenes throughout what was the movie. So all the different traps and ways to get to One-Eyed Willie's treasure. And what is really cool is it has some major details such as like the skeleton key piece, and you can play the organ and it initiates a trap. It's all very much like the Indiana Jones temple, as it has those active little features to it. And I mean, it's really cool. If you're a huge Goonies fan, this is something that I think you'd really enjoy building, as well as having each scene definitely represent specifics of the movie itself. Now, at $330, it is a little steep, but you do get a lot of minifigures for it, and it has some really fun scenes, especially with activating functionality to it. And in addition, you get a exclusive gift with purchase, which is the Walsh's Attic. And it has this really fun little picture that has a woman being rescued by a pirate. But what's fun is it has a little opening there so you can like look through it where they kind of scare them. It's going to be available from November 1st through the 7th. And it has 179 pieces and comes with 2 minifigures, which is pretty crazy for a gift with purchase to have that. And it looks like an attic space. It's got a bunch of junk in it, and definitely what you've seen in the movie. So if you like the gift with purchase, which I really do, but I don't know if I'm going to spend $330. And this will go for sale on the secondhand market for pretty expensive. The Goonies also take over the minifigure factory. Similar to what LEGO's been doing with some of its newer sets like they did for the Shire, they're adding some fun prints that you can put on your minifigures. One specifically is Mama, You've Been Bad with Mama Fratelli. The Hey You Guys with Sloth. I Smell Ice Cream. I Am a Goonie with the eye patch. And the fun one, Goonies Never Say Die, which has the flames that are the minifigure flames, and some other fun little stickers to add to it as well. Really, just a cool way to continue to have people, want to buy the Goonies merch and have some minifigures to go along with it, showing their love of the movie. So LEGO Ideas had a contest where if you built something that you think would be really cool or handy for yourself in Fortnite, they now have their designs in LEGO Fortnite, so that you can go over and check out some really fun ones. Specifically, there was the grand prize winner was Chomp the Monster House. There's the runner-up prize was the Spooky Sprout, and another one was the Haunted Revival. And all 3 you can find in LEGO Ideas. Well, you can find all 3 of these LEGO Ideas and others in the Fortnite game, which I think is really cool, especially having them focused on Halloween and put in for the Halloween season. The gift with purchase 40774, the Disney Classic Animation Scenes gift with purchase, is now available. We've talked about it before. It's got Toy Story, The Lion King, and the classic Disney logo that you'd see on a VHS tape going across an old school TV. At 270 pieces, and as a big Disney fan, it's not a bad idea to have something like this because, well, I love that. And having the little scenes you can replace it with is just, it's really cool. And it's a cost of $130 to get this gift with purchase, so that's not too steep either. The newest game on the block, well, not made out of Lego, but a card game, Lego Party Game, is now available, and it's only $20. So what it is, brick like this. And you each pick a card, and it's a way for 2 to 8 players and to build whatever's depicted on the card, which that's so cool to have something like that where it's a speed test to see if people can do it, grab the pieces in time. There's a total of 92 different shape cards and 48 pieces that come with it. And having 2 to 8 players, that means that a lot of people can play this together. And only $20, that's not bad at all. So if you want to add this to your collection of Lego adjacent games, and you can buy it over on Amazon. Build-A-Bear is taking an executive from Lego. The company named Carmen Flores, the Senior Vice President of E-Commerce and Digital Experience, is moving over to Build-A-Bear. It seems that they're trying to get their e-commerce business up and developing far more than, well, what they currently have. So they've kind of snatched her from the Lego group. She had a senior role there as well, and now she's moving there to relaunch not only the brand of Build-A-Bear, but she also helped with Montblanc digital business as well as L'Oreal. And she doesn't actually even look that old. So, I mean, good for her. She's very good at what she does, and hopefully she gets paid well. Unfortunately, seeing her leave Lego means that they'll have to fill the role with someone just as talented. All right, we've talked about this. The Brickboy. This is an updated mod to the Lego version of the Game Boy to have it actually work. And there's a new Kickstarter up, which for $115 you can get this kit. And it's very simple to replace your current screen section and have the cartridge section adapted as well to have this done. And it's a customized little screen that clips in and puts itself snugly in the Game Boy. And then on the back, you slide in the pack that has an emulator on it and the batteries, so 2 AA batteries. Now, personally, there's another one that I like a little bit more. This one is still very creative in how it's done, having some more button adaptions and having such a plug and play style to it is very fun. And definitely for a lot of people who just want to purchase this and do that, just have their Game Boy play and emulate all the games that they've loved so that they can really enjoy it even more. LEGO's recently partnered with Paladone. Now, if you don't know who they are, I didn't either. They're a homewares company. So they have a bunch of different products that they're going to be coming out with in 2026 based on different characters and products. So a Spider-Man lamp, Minecraft pencil pots, Harry Potter board game, and so many other things. They are excited. This partnership let us click our award-winning design and global reach together with the LEGO's group's incredible brand power, and we can't wait to create fun, innovative products that fans of all ages will love. And it's nice because it's not just Lego built. They're going to look like Lego, but have that more immersive homeware style to them, other than, of course, the homeware you display of the Lego sets that you have everywhere all over your house. Well, if you're allowed to. LEGO stopped sending their products to Russia. During their campaign against the Russia's involvement of trying to take over Ukraine, they stopped they continue manufacturing, but they did not send them to Russia for sale. But it seems that that's not actually true anymore, that there were some intermediaries in Europe that smuggled or moved Lego sets in there to sell them, completely undermining Lego and their stance against this war. And, well, great. Yeah, that's fun. So they really want to figure out where they can stop the flow so that there's no more sales of the Lego sets in Russia in that support. Now, is it against the Russian people that might have anything to do with this? Sure, but unfortunately, that's just how the world rolls. Not the best, and unfortunately, I think that that's the way it is. So I hope that they figure it out and stop those sales in Russia. There's a few rumors on Sonic the Hedgehog and Technic for polybags. For Technic, it looks like we're getting a white seaplane that's only $82, so that's an interesting take on it. But I mean, Technic polybags are pretty small and kind of confined anyways. And another is a Sonic the Hedgehog, a Badnik Scorp. So it's a scorpion that was a tank, and it shoots little spiky balls to it. So that could be an interesting gift to purchase. I don't know how big they would make it, but it's probably about 80 or 90 pieces in itself. So not super detailed, but still could be a fun polybag to get. LEGO's unveiled a new factory set. This is an exclusive one when a new factory opens, and this one is actually located in Hungary. It's the NYI factory, and it's set 400045. It's 531 pieces depicting the plant itself. So they've got some of the facilities, of course, a truck, a lot of solar panels because that's what they were trying to do. And I would try to pronounce the name Naigrohesk, and see, I butchered that. But this is the second one they've released since they opened the factory in Vietnam this year. And a lot of people are going to want to collect this. And for all those that are working there, it's a great gift to get. All right, for the big news of the day, LEGO ideas. There was a ton of submissions, actually the most that LEGO has ever seen. And unfortunately, we just thought, we're only going to get one or two, and maybe they'll give a third or something. But they had a sneak peek announcement, and 6 designers came on. So 6 sets were selected. That was a lot of S's. And of 2 or 3 were put in the garage, as it's called. So let's run through them. The ones selected are Go-Go Power Rangers by Truman Bricks. And I love Power Rangers. I mean, I loved it as a kid. So I was really excited to see this get selected as a set. I think it's a great IP for them to use. The other one is La Catrina by Yop1172. And it is very much of an old school Day of the Dead, where she's got like a long skirt, but it's a skeleton woman to it. Smurf Village by the Half-Blood Baron. So Smurfs have been very popular with the movies. I've never seen one, but the Smurfs is classic. Papa Smurf, Papa Smurf, and so those will be a fun little build there. Ramen by McDud, and super cool. Like having a ramen bowl and everything in it will be really cool to have as a set. E.T. the Extraterrestrial by LIvestream. E.T. is just a classic character, and being at Universal, I will have to get this and display it. And then Downton Abbey, Highclere Castle, and all the minifigures. I watched Downton Abbey a long time ago, and I know they just finalized it with the final movie, but the castle looks great. And there are 3 submissions that are in holding pattern at the moment in the garage. Daft Punk concert, which they better frickin' do. That I love Daft Punk, and they've been in the Fortnite as Lego, so why not do them here? The Golden Girls, so it's their kitchen as they're all kind of sitting there. And The Old Man and the Sea, which is a book, a novel, and it has a man fishing for a giant marlin and 3-dimensional. Very, very cool. So, wow, what a great Lego Ideas selection. They did a lot of IP, not all, but most, which means are we just going to have to start making more and more things that are IP to get selected, or is creativity going to come back a little bit more? It's a question we're all probably asking. Black Friday this year is looking to get its set. And last year, I don't remember what last year's was, but this year was expected to be the Black Pearl, but that came out earlier. So what are they going to be doing? Apparently, they're going to be doing a live stream to reveal it, happening on November 6th from at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time. It'll show on what our set's going to be for November 28th. And I'm expecting it to be Star Trek Enterprise, which that is like a day one set for me. So I'm excited to get that. And hopefully that isn't leaked before it happens, but I'm like 99% sure it will. I have seen some images, but not a ton of detail on it. Super cool set. And I can't wait as a huge Star Trek fan to get something like this out of Lego. London's Covent Garden is hosting a little festival Wonderland, the Chalet of Play, next month, where you can go and celebrate with Lego. For the next 2 months, there's a bunch of different areas that you can go shopping in the Christmas spirit with Lego on the Chalet of Play. There's holiday events happening from the 8th through the 30th of November. And of course, there's going to be some things in December. You can do a little Minecraft zone, and there's the heart in the build to give area, which, you build a little heart, take a picture, and tag it on Instagram to have Lego donate to some charities. There's a gingerbread display, and so much more. Honestly, I wish we had more of these in the States. London always gets the cool shit. But if you're in the area for like the Christmas markets, it's a cool Christmas market focused on Lego. Awesome. Super cool. The Lego Batman video game hasn't even come out yet, but it looks like they're already going to win an award. They've already received a nomination for the 43rd Golden Joystick Awards, and it's not really sure how that actually happened, but they were nominated for the Most Wanted Game category, alongside heavyweights such as Grand Theft Auto 6 and Marvel's Wolverine and Resident Evil Requiem. So I don't think it's going to win based on those guys, but cool to be nominated. It is going to be a very interesting game since we haven't seen a new IP in a while. I guess not new, but a rebrand of IP to have a brand new open world Batman game. Animal Crossing is getting an update. For the Animal Crossing Switch 2 players, they can now start decorating their island with some Lego items. So apparently it doesn't come out on this Switch 1, so maybe they'll update it, but I'm not 100%. But come January 15th, they're going to have some fun decorations that you can put up. So there's a Lego-built arcade, a Lego-built bed, a workshop, a small plant, a couch, and then a Lego-printed shirt. Really, that's awesome to have these. I would do a whole Lego room and collect all those throughout the time. And you can start that in January of this next year. Really building your Animal Crossing room to be more organized than your Lego room at home. Big Kids Lego and Nike Dunk Lows are doing a new shoe. This is called the Tor Yellow, and it's going to be releasing here soon prior to the holiday season starting. And it's got the classic look of a Dunk Low, so old school style shoe, and instead of in white, it's in yellow, like really yellow, with the Lego logo on the tongue. Now, I'm not a Nike person or a shoe head, so I don't know if these are actually that great, but it's very yellow. If you like yellow, maybe these are something, but I wouldn't be caught dead wearing them personally. Barnes & Noble is doing another build and take event at no cost, where you can go to this event and build a fun little snowman. It's not like super big, but it's a make and take event, and it's only going to take you about 15 to 30 minutes in different sessions. And you have to reserve your spots, though. You go over to barnesandnoble.com to do that. And it comes with a little top hat or a beanie, scarf element, carrot nose, small ornament tile to use as buttons and nameplate, and a tiny stand to display the creation, which they have a little string so you can put them on your tree. Depending on what they look like, it doesn't actually show a picture of what they look like. It's always fun to go over your Barnes & Noble anyways to look for books, but now you can do it and build Lego. All right, everyone, that's all the breaking news I have this week. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's podcast. I hope you learned a lot and definitely caught up on all the latest Lego news, because there was so many fun things coming as the holidays are here. Means that people are going to start buying even more. So get out there if you want to get some of these sets that are retiring as well. And if you already have Lego sets set aside, great. Just try to resist not building them because other people are going to want to do that, since that's where they're supposed to go. You're supposed to gift them. Anyways, let's get into this week's set reviews. Our first set is set 21361, the Gremlins TM Gizmo. It's an 18 plus set at 1,125 pieces, and it has 28 reviews at 5 stars and $110 cost. This was the LEGO Ideas contest entry for the throwbacks from the 80s, and it's a really fun little build. They've been doing creatures really well, such as when they did Stitch and they did Simba, and now Gizmo. And he hasn't got water on him yet, so he's not multiplied, and he hasn't been fed after, I think it was midnight, to turn into the crazy green ones. It has a little Gizmo with the old school like punch belly tummy and the big ears, and the eyes are really well done with, I think those are 3x3 tiles or 2x2 round tiles, and he even has a little 3D glasses that he can hold onto. There's even a little speck of water on the ground, so make sure to not get them wet, otherwise, well, they're going to multiply and you're going to be a challenge trying to get them all. Now, is it a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie? Personally, I think it's Christmas. But it's a fun little build. There's definitely going to be some really unique techniques to build this, since having those shapes, it's hard to do. But the creature, he just looks really cool. So as an 80s fan or anything, this is a fun little set. You can even have him standing or sitting and some articulation. So go out and enjoy him before, he multiplies and turns into an evil green monster. Our rubricable review is the Halloween Trick or Treat by Carbohydrates. It's a 381 piece set, architecture, and it's $4 to purchase the PDF, which is a little high because it's higher than the 381 pieces. And honestly, to me, it'd be like $2. But that's just me. I understand that the amount of detail and time it goes into designing things. So to each their prerogative on it. But what I love about it is a really good representation of trick-or-treating. You've got the fun home with the main doorway, and on the stoop, you've got a little candy dish and a pumpkin as a pumpkin head. There's 2 little ghosts that are floating off on the side, and of course, you've got an old school tree with the leaves that are orange and falling down. They did a great job with the roof structure. It's got the perfect sloping, and then there's a chimney in the back. And in the background, it's got a almost circular form of a skyline, which has dark blue and then a couple clouds that are black, and then a white moon as a moon sliver. Now, you can make it a full moon if you want, or do different things to adapt it, but it is well done. It's definitely a fun representation of the Halloween season, as it is Halloween today. So this is something that you can add to your collection, and there's even a fun, so you can display it. It's really cool. And then there's another one that they've done, which is a haunted house, so you can add these two to your display collection during the holiday season. But That's all I have for this week's news and reviews. Thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate all of you still sticking around and listening to me talk about these fun sets. All right, everyone, I'll leave you, as I always do. Get creative, get out there, and go build something.